Hello guys, it's Paula back today to do an embellishment for my Nutcracker book, the Nutcracker, for Christmas, of course. And Sadie's a little wild right now, so if she pops in every now and then, don't be shocked. She's worked up about something. I'm not sure. She's digging in her little bed. Okay, so we're going to make this today. Now, this is some of the paper that's in my album that I'm. See there, I went again. My junk journal that I have just started. Actually, I showed you guys in the previous video. And I added these flowers. I usually try not to do too much dimension, but if you look, they're not real bad. So, now it will pop open until you put it in a pocket, or you could wrap a ribbon around it. And I may still do that. I'm not sure. I have to think on it. I just liked the simplicity of it. Okay, and so when it opens, I have put in some graph type paper that is in the color scheme, and I did ink it in the same color. I'm not going to use Vintage Photo in this book simply because it is too sparkly and too girly. And then on the back, another piece of journaling sheet. Now, if you don't want to add this, you can actually glue down two sides and across the bottom and add a pocket. But I decided, because I didn't want to put ribbon around it, that I wanted it to just slip into a small pocket. Okay, so let's get started. And hopefully you know who will allow it. We're going to make one slightly different. This is also fabric that goes with the there she is. What did I tell you? Sadie, you stay. Stay right there. Some days she doesn't obey. Some days she does. You just don't know. Sadie, Mama said stay. 1 second. I'm going to have to put her in the other room. Stay right here. Sorry guys, just long enough for the video, and it's not going to be very long, so we're good. Alright, sorry. You'll probably hear her whimpering in the background, but you have to realize that I have to get something done every now and then. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is score. Let me tell you the dimensions on this particular one. You can make this any size you want. But I chose to make them both the same size to fit in the book comfortably. I cut 1 4 by 4.5. Now, if you were going to glue this on, you could let this side be your front side. This would be really pretty with double-sided paper as well, but for this journal and the paper I wanted to use, really couldn't do that. So, mine's going to stay like that because I'm going to mat it with this as well. Okay, now, you want to cut 2 of these at 2.5 by 4.5. So, 4.5 is the height, and then 2.5 here. And this right here is 4.5, and this is 4. So, obviously, you're going to score it at, let me look. You're going to score it at 2 inches. So you're going to score it at 1/2 inch. And that's what's going to wrap around here and glue around the sides. Okay? I'm trying real hard to stay in camera because I noticed in my last couple of videos, you guys should have told me I was out of camera a little bit. I when I look at it, it looks like it's like I'm close, but for some reason, let's go ahead and glue these down. And I'm at the bottom of this glue, so you know what that means. I'm gonna get a wipey so I don't have to deal with it. I'll have it ready. Okay, now I'm going to glue here down both sides. I don't even have a name for this. I just decided I wanted something different, and I hadn't seen this done, but it doesn't mean that it hasn't been done. I'm too new to know. So I did overglue just then, but I want this paper is a little heavier than the first one I did. So I want this one to stay down. And it looks like that, oh, there she was. She's mad. Anyway, so got a little bit too much right there, but it looks like it wants to change the color of my paper, which is weird. I'm glad that was on the back, because that's going to be covered up. That is strange. I've never had Fabri-Tac do that before. But you know, I've noticed that it says to test, you know, whatever you're going to be putting it on, because it, you know, I guess it can affect some things. All right, so now we're going to glue the other side. I want to make sure I've got it on there right. Just want to line it up so that these meet, and then fold that over. And once again, you want to glue it down. This is a simple project, which is nice because when you get in a pinch, you will have something you can just put together. You know, when you feel like you're in a rut and just have done the same thing over and over. Believe me, I get in those ruts too. Sometimes I'll be like, I am in a rut. What am I going to make today on my video? Or, you know, but usually I have found what gives me the ideas for the videos is the work I do on a book. And so once I started the book, or started working on the book, it just kind of came to me, you know. So there we go. And right now that's how it looks. Now you could leave it that way if you know, I would ink it a little better if I did. But yeah, so now we're going to glue these flowers on this grid inside right here, and you just want to center it. This is such a simple project, you know. I'm trying to think of things that we can do with busy lives, and I know a lot of you work outside of the home, and because trust me, I know being a stay-at-home mom, or just being at home period, is a job by itself. Because I was a stay-at-home mom when my kids were young. I was fortunate that I could do that. And then I went back to school and worked in the medical field for nearly 30 years as a medical office manager. And so, yeah, it is a... I didn't start off as a manager, by the way. I started off working clinical and administrative, and I worked with the doctor, real close with the doctor, and then I would go to surgery with him some, and then I ended up doing administrative in his office on off days that we didn't have surgery or whatever. But during clinic, I was working, and then I worked for him about 6 years, and then I worked for my second doctor for over 17. I don't know why I decided to give you that little bit of information, but just so you know, that's what I did. And then I ended up at home. Okay, so I decided that I needed to retire, and it was due to some health reasons. But now we're going to glue this on the other side let me look and see. No, it goes down here in the right-hand corner, the flower does. So I thought we'd do these two big pieces first and get them glued on. And come on, glue. It's a race. All right. Okay. And hopefully that wasn't too much. Got it upside down. Okay. There we go. So that's the back. I mean, I guess you could cover the front if you really wanted a lot of journaling space, but I thought it would be more fun to just decorate it simple, because I feel like the Nutcracker is already a pretty elaborate story by itself. And anyway, so I decided that we would just do it very simple. And plus, I looked in my stash, I shopped my stash, and I had these little flowers that were the exact colors that I'm working on with. So I was like, I can use these. Finally have something I can use these on. And so that's how that happened. So, and then I just decided, well, why not add some of the lace that I'm going to put in the book, so that I can get it used up. Okay. Just center this. Uh-oh. That's a little long. Wonder how that happened. Well, I'll just take my scissors and we'll just trim it off. Now this may not be exact since I did it like that, but oh well, it's okay. And we know it's not inked, but that's all right too, because I can go back over it. I'm telling you, sometimes things just surprise you. I must have been slightly off when I was cutting it out. Listen, with the puppy, I have so many distractions. She is a constant. I mean, she's barking at the door, but she does it to go outside and play. She doesn't go. Every time she's barked or rang the bells, she it's not to go potty. It's to goof off. It's like a little teenager, only she's only 3.5 months. Okay, now when you use a grid like this, you want to make sure everything lines up as much as possible, or if you're cutting a pattern, because it would look kind of weird. But I thought this paper was perfect for that, because there is some paper in the book that's this same color. It's not the grid, but it's the same color. Okay, so there we have it. And now how I decided to decorate it was just to close this and put some glue straight down the middle. If I can get it to come out like I want. And yes, I'm just putting it one strip, making sure it covers there. I'll put the straightest side of my lace toward the inside. That way it doesn't interfere with how it closes. I deliberately cut it a little longer because I just wanted to make sure I had plenty. Okay, let's do this side now. This would be pretty with like a, just like a white you know, ribbon on it. And I might do that. We may just go ahead and do that instead of the flowers, since I've got one with flowers already. I'll show you the flowers though. Well, you just saw them in the video. Hello. Okay. Now, turn the ribbon the right direction. Okay. I'll let that dry just a minute while we, while I get a little bit of this white. And I don't even know what this is made out of. I may open it and decide I don't like it, but it's a sparkly white. And this album does have some sparkle in it. And so when Hobby Lobby had their special, I did a little bit of picking up stuff that I may need. See, I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's sparkly. So I'm going to cut a pretty good size piece because I don't like to short myself on ribbon when I'm working with it. I like to make sure I have plenty. I know it sounds a little wasteful, but this is still wet, but I'm going to go ahead and trim these. And you'd probably want to wait till they were a little bit drier. But I want them to be trimmed even for this particular project. Okay. Now, I'm going to move these because they're a little sticky and they're going to get on everything if I don't. Okay, so on this one, we are going to tie the ribbon. Now, again, I'll untie it as soon as we're done, but you want to make sure all this is dry before you do that. And I may not have left enough ribbon. Who knows? You never know till you start to tie it. Okay, now, it'd be nice if you had a third hand to hold the flap down, but I've got it. There we go. And tying it to one side I think would be kind of cute too. Now, you can tie it high or you can tie it low on your book, but I would tie it at least this high because of being able to stick it in a pocket or whatever. Well, I didn't get it quite tight enough, but you get the picture. So, this is today's project, and it's for the Nutcracker book, which is a little golden book, and it's being done in blues and lavender. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome to all the new subbies, and if you haven't subscribed, I'd love for you to. And hello to everyone. And also, if you could give me a thumbs up, that would be great. That helps me out. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Have a good day. Bye.